Dear God, we're so grateful for the opportunity to be in your house.
Tonight we honor the Buck family and the Cartledge family with the induction of Joe and Jean into the Junior Achievement Savannah Business Hall of Fame, joining last year's honorees Don Waters and Curtis Anderson. We also remember Mike Manhattan, who has been at this podium since the event began, an association and a friendship that Mike always treasured. In tribute to Mike and our laureates, we will listen a final time as Mike calls the honor roll of the Hall of Fame.
Mills B. Lane, the C&S Bank magnate who began the work of Savannah's Renaissance over 60 years ago. Paula Wallace, who brought students and life and rescued architecture to the foundation Mr. Lane prepared. Howard Morrison, Mr. Lane's nephew, who sought and found new directions and combinations to take the creative coast forward. Thomas Johnson, whose Johnson Lane Space Brokerage helped finance such heavy industry as Union Camp, a company that gave us Ed Bartlett, who in turn brought Goodwill Industries to Savannah. In 2009, Archie Davis, Mr. Lane's protege, was named a laureate, a Tar Heel by birth who charmed the city as the smartest, folksiest Harvard grad ever to walk the planet. Oh, he started a bank along the way, too. And made friends with other banker leaders like Rick Winger, Archie's partner in Savannah's 1996 Olympic effort and a laureate in 2001. Herschel Jenkins from the Savannah Morning News is remembered daily in Savannah. His $10 million bequest to the United Way still ensures that every penny donated goes to serve the needs of the community. The Hall of Fame's only father-son duo from Colonial Oil, Rob Demery Sr., who took the raw material of oil and made it a business, and Rob Demery Jr., who expanded that business into $5 billion in annual sales. Those revenue numbers were built substantially on the integrity and business sense of Colonial Vice President of Sales, Bob Martin, a laureate in 2008. Industry, charity, and progress gave us Arnold Tenenbaum from Chatham Steel, Ben Oxnard from the Savannah Sugar Refinery, Arthur Genlatt from Savannah Electric and Power. Frank Wooten represented more than just Kaiser Chemical. He represented integrity, as did the Golden Greek, the city's legendary Nick Mamalakis. Don Cole took a small lumber store on Bay Street and built Builderama, the first chain of hardware and building materials stores in the Southeast, decades ahead of his time. When River Street became the centerpiece of Savannah's tourist industry, the visitors who came walked on cobblestones envisioned by the engineering genius of Gus Bell. And today, when they walk up to City Market, they are met by one of many contributions John Kay has made to Savannah, within walking distance of the queen of Southern cuisine, Paula Deen, a laureate in 2010. What Paula is to this generation of chicken lovers, Herb Traub was to the last. Herb took the Pirates House from a dilapidated building in the ghetto to national prominence and showed Savannah the way to her future. Doug Marchand found the key to explosive growth at the Georgia ports. Entrepreneur Frances Meyer brought new life and jobs to Savannah with her social stationery business. Aaron and Dale Levy walked away from better offers and kept Levy Jewelers not just in the family, but continuing to run with the same sense of integrity and civic involvement that goes back over 100 years. J.B. Clemens was the son of a sharecropper, but he and Moselle built a real estate empire in Savannah. Celia Dunn wouldn't settle for a secretarial role, and so we have Celia Dunn Realty leading the city. Helen Downing saw the potential of Savannah's downtown when few others did, and has spread her prosperity through the city. Realtor David Bick provided one of the most memorable moments in Hall of Fame history with his touching recognition of the room he brought to its feet in his honor in 2010. Curtis Cooper saw the poor state of healthcare in parts of our city and addressed it, building a healthcare center on the west side and inspiring another that now bears his name. Mayor Malcolm McLean peacefully led Savannah through times that saw upheaval and flames in other cities. His heir in taking the long view is Brooke Stillwell, who envisioned such crazy notions as a city market that replaced a parking garage.
Right there.
In that market could often be heard the jazzy tunes of Ben Tucker's stand-up bass. Gentle Ben was our man just 2 years ago. Abercorn Street was a cornfield before Mayor J. Curtis Lewis discovered it was a little more fertile to sell Fords, a fact he shared with his competitor and friend, Dan Vaden, who joined him in the Hall of Fame in 2008. Dale Kreitz drives Buicks and Beamers and Benzes, but he also drives much of what's good in Savannah, including the event unfolding before you tonight. His partner in that endeavor is the city's favorite P-51 Mustang pilot, Bob Jepson, who's led a band of newcomers to the city who've brought a prosperity and richness to life here that no native could have ever imagined. Dick Eckberg went from a driver at UPS to a vice presidency and brought a commitment to education and the military in Savannah that is unparalleled. John Luck was the senior VP at General Mills who brought his analytical skills to the successful construction of the Jepson Center, a beam the essential foundation underneath bears his name. Jack and Grace Nices brought their prosperity to Savannah from the Northeast and started Grace's Kitchen at Second Harvest to prepare food for children who would otherwise go hungry. The ranks of the Hall of Fame are great indeed, men and women whose contributions to our community are unquestionable.
Equally unquestionable are the contributions of Joe Buck and Gene Cartledge, tonight's laureates, and Mike Manhattan, whose memory we also honor tonight.